Currently, as you watch this, the Bitcoin network is processing 300 exahashes per second. That's 300 followed by 18 zeros. Hundreds and millions of calculations are happening every second to keep your transaction secure. But here's the wild part. Nobody is in charge. No CEO, no government, no one controls the room. So how does chaos not happen? Quick recap from last time. Blockchain is a shared and tamper-proof record that doesn't rely on blind trust. 107 million Indians are already using this technology. That's more than the population of entire Philippines. Today, we are going one level deeper. We are answering the question everyone asks, but nobody really explains. How does this actually work? We'll break down three things: what hashing really means and why it's unbreakable, how blocks form and link together, and how money moves from person A to person B without anyone cheating. Let's start with the backbone of everything: hashing. Imagine you're saving your Aadhaar number as this file. A hash function converts that into a fixed length code, something like this. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Change even one digit and the hash becomes completely different. Think of hashes like fingerprints. Same fingerprint, same input. But change even one detail and you get a completely different person. That's the magic. Hashes are so sensitive that changing a single letter, a single space, or even a punctuation mark creates an entire new code. And this happens instantly. On real blockchains, this happens at an insane scale. The Bitcoin network alone generates over 300 exahashes per second. That means trillions of calculations are happening every second, all working to secure that system. To put that in perspective, if you tried to calculate many hashes on your own laptop, it would take you billions of years. This is why hashing matters. Blockchain does not store trust, it stores mathematical fingerprints of truth. And those fingerprints are nearly impossible to fake. Now, let's talk about blocks themselves. A block is basically a container of confirmed information. Think of it like a sealed envelope. Each block contains a list of transactions, a timestamp, its own unique hash of the previous block, and a special number used for validation. Here's the key idea. The block's hash depends on everything inside it. Change even one transaction, even one number, and the hash changes completely. And suddenly, the next block no longer matches. That's how the chain forms. Each block is mathematically locked with the one before it. Imagine a train where each compartment has a unique serial number painted on it. And it also displays the serial number of the compartment in front of it. Now, if someone secretly swaps one compartment's ID with a fake one, sure, he can use his own number, but the next compartment still shows the original ID of the previous compartment. Everyone on the platform can see something is wrong. That's exactly how blockchain works. Each block is locked to the one before it. That's why blockchain records are called tamper-proof. It's impossible to change old data. It's immediately obvious when someone tries. And when you're dealing with thousands of copies of the same chain held by thousands of different computers, good luck changing them all before someone notices. Alright, now the moment of truth. Let's walk through an actual transaction. Say you want to send crypto from person A to person B, here's how it exactly happens. You announce to the network, I want to send 1 Bitcoin from my wallet to Arjun's wallet. Notice, you're not calling a bank, you're not filling out a form, you are broadcasting this information to everyone on the network. Thousands of computers across the world check, does Kritika actually own this Bitcoin? Has this Bitcoin already been spent elsewhere? Is the digital signature valid? Are the rules being followed? If even one computer finds a problem, then the transaction is immediately rejected. Valid transactions from across the network are collected together into a new block. Once verified, the block gets sealed with its own unique hash and added to the blockchain forever. Your transaction is now a part of the history, permanent, unchangeable, and visible to everyone. And here's the critical part. Once it's added, it cannot be edited, deleted, or quietly reversed. No phone calls to customer services, no bribes to a bank manager, no backdoors. In Karnataka, where over 1.5 crore land records are now on blockchain, this same exact principle is applied. Once your property is registered, no government official can secretly alter the records. The entire history is logged in. So here's the question you might ask. Okay, but what stops someone from cheating? Great question. Let me break down the security layer by layer to you. There are thousands of computers storing the exact same blockchain. In Bitcoin's case, there are over 16,000 active nodes worldwide. To successfully cheat, you would need to hack the majority of them simultaneously. Remember those digital fingerprints? Even the smallest change creates completely different hash. So if someone tries to alter an old block, every block after it breaks. The fraud is instant and obvious. Because each block references to the one before it, changing block 1 means you have to recalculate block 2, block 3, block 4, all the way to the newest block. And you have to do all this faster than the rest of the network is adding new block. Mathematically, it's like trying to edit a Wikipedia page while 1,000 of people are simultaneously watching and reverting your changes in real time. Even if someone or somehow managed to create a fake version of the blockchain, the majority of the network compares, copies, and rejects anything that doesn't match the consensus. This is what trustless actually means. You're not trusting people to be honest. You're not trusting the company to keep a good record. You are trusting math, cryptography, and distributed verification. The system works because the lying is more expensive and difficult than telling the truth. Now, you might be thinking, cool, but all this sounds very technical to me. What does this mean for me? Let me show you what's already happening. Digital vaccination certificates. Remember Covishield? Your vaccination record is now stored with blockchain-based security. That QR on your certificate, it's cryptographically linked to an immutable record. No one can forge a vaccine certificate without the entire system catching it. Supply chain tracking. Major Indian companies like Mahindra and ITC are using blockchain to track products from factory to store. When you buy the bottle of oil or that packet of biscuits, blockchain ensures it's genuine, not counterfeit. Every step of the journey is recorded and can't be erased. Cross-border payments. Traditional international transfers take 3 to 5 days and cost almost around 1,500 to 3,000 rupees. Blockchain-based systems can do it in minutes for a fraction of the cost. This is why India sent $125 billion in remittances in 2024, and blockchain is starting to reshape how that money moves. And here's what blows my mind. India ranks number 1 globally in crypto adoption for the 3rd consecutive year. Not just in Asia, not just among developing nations, number 1 in the entire world. We're not just using this technology, we are leading it. So now you know how blockchain really works. Hashes create unbreakable fingerprints, blocks link together in an unbreakable chain, and decentralized networks protect truth without needing a middleman. In our next video, we are diving into Bitcoin specifically, why it was the first real breakthrough, who miners actually are, and why proof of work changed everything. Until then, stay curious, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.